Hi, welcome back to a new part of our tutorial to build a spaceship. Today we have here our basic things that we put on our ship, and when we see here, we have these parts on that both sides and here in the front of. So for that, we need materials, so we make one. New material, we call it black. It should be plastic, so we will tweak them later. But for the start, we have a simple material like that. Then we have that glass material, and we need a red emit. We give them here material emit and red. Then we need a silver chrome, so we give them material chrome. This material needs any work. We go here in a node editor, and here we can give them a mix shader and a glossy shader and bring them together. Then you see here in the preview the material, and when you go with a factor more to this side, you have more the one effect or the other effect. Here the roughness by glossy is a little bit too high. It's too rough, so we get down there. That looks better. So we must give them the materials. That means we take that one and give them the chrome material by sign. Then we take next one. That is our class. So we give them here class material. Here we have a special one. We need to delete the backside of that. So we go here and delete only faces. And from this round part, there should be another under it. So we bring that in front, and we see there are two. The one here should be class. So assign them. It has a thickness, so that can be shade like real glass. Then we have here our emitter, the red emitter, and assign that. Then we can bring that ball back. Good. That was it for the moment. Later we will add there some letters on it so that it looks more real. Okay. So we bring it to position that is on the wings, on the back side of the wings. So we rotate X 90 degrees, rotate X 180 degrees, rotate Z 90 degrees, scale down. Positioning. And before we rotate that in any direction, we make a copy with all D. So all what we change here will change here automatically. We have to rotate that a little that it fits with the down part of the ship. Bring it a little bit in, and that was it for this side. We bring that to the other side. As I said before, you can make that all with a mirror so you have it directly, but I make it this way. We rotate in the Y and bring it a little up. Yeah, that was that. That's fine. Then we have here this little wings. They need a carbon material, so we make a material, call it carbon. You can get the texture from texture.com. In this case, I've made my own one. It's a normal map that I use for that. So add here an image texture. That will be my normal map. and I take then the converter for a normal map. We need an unwrap from that surely. So we can mark here the outer line down there and mark them seam. So here shading, mark seam, and at the back wing downwards. And now we can give them an unwrap. So unwrap smart UV project. Good. Now for this carbon material, I'm open that and search in my folders for the normal map that is for that material. You see I have some of them, and that here is for carbon. So I take that into the color mode here, and the UV map must be selected. Then we can take it here in the diffuse, and we need two materials to assign it right. So Shift D, we make another diffuse shader in it and give them the same as here and give them darker black and here a real black so that it gives some more mixed note. So we take here a mix shader for that and bring that together. So when we look here in rendered mode, you don't see much because we need a light in here, and that means we go to our sun. The is on another layer, I think. I must look where the sun is. There is a lamp, and they is on this layer. There it is. We bring them down, but it should be light what is a sun with a size that is good for the sharp shadows. So make it 0, 0, 1 or 3. Then use nodes. The emission can be at 6, so that gives a good light. We need it from this side, but from here to there. Good. We have that later. We need surely need space picture behind that all. Now we can use here in the world settings a node, the background that can have an environment texture, and there I take a hardware map for good lighting later. I will take some dark that can be the best effect here. So I take that here. They you can get when you Google for free hardware ease. There are thousands of them. Good. So we have now a little bit light in our scene. So when we render now, we see the light is much better. And we go now to our carbon material, and we have to work a little on that. I'll make here my music a little bit slower so that I hear more. Okay, we look at that again and we unwrap that new. It wasn't applied, so we have to apply rotation scale and set the origin to geometry and then unwrap again, and we got that. For all this, we use the texture coordinates because we have a texture on it. I must say where should the position be of this texture on the mesh. So for that, we take here this one, this concept, and that is what we got then. That here we can mix with this normal map, but not the colored one. We make Shift D and take here a non-colored data and take it as a factor of the mixing. That is the carbon material. You see here the black and white stuff there. We can also take here a glossy shader on it to give them more glossy look there. So we take here glossy shader, add them to that. We need surely a factor for that. That is that one here. The roughness of our can be a little bit back. So we now try here again Smart UV project, and we must go here deeper or higher. We try that. In this case was deeper. 0.1 gives this carbon look. Good. We have that one. It can be a little bit darker when you ask me. So I think we can go here darker and here darker. And maybe here later. We will see that. Good. Oh, we rotate that, rotate set minus 90 degrees and bring it to the back of our spaceship. Should be here. And it must surely a little bit in other direction like it is in the moment. So because of that, we rotate that now. Before we do that, we copy that with Alt D, and then we can rotate it so that it fits with the down part there. Good. A little bit more to the X. That should be fit. Yeah, fits better. So we get here, make the same. We rotate that in that direction, bring it down to, rotate it in the X direction, a little bit more, and bring it down into the material. We look from the top that we have the same distance here on each side and the same position. Rotate Y and bring down a little bit more up. Okay, so we have that one there. That's good. We have other carbon materials on our spaceship. That means we need them here too and here on this. So we take the carbon material and make a second one because we need here another UV, then another size of the texture, I mean, like on the back fins there, yeah. So because of that, we can go here to the 2. Then we have a carbon new material that we can change. I told you that we need an unwrap of that. So we get that whole thing and take a Smart UV unwrap. You see the carbon material arrives there. We try now here other values. We try 0.05 and here 0.05. Yeah, it comes near 2, but needs a little more. So we take 0.02. Yeah, that looks better. Good. We have that carbon material. Then we have another one here on the wing front. There we take this carbon material 01 and give them an unwrap. And we see here it's finer because the unwrap has here another effect on that, like here. But that isn't the problem. We all make that better later. So then we have here this part should be carbon material, the rest should be the normal main color. So we give them here main spaceship color that we'll add on white in a moment. Then we give them here the carbon. I think the one we can try. And surely we need an unwrap. So we see here our carbon material. Good. That's fine for now. Then we have the same one here. The back part should be have carbon 2. And this other one here should be have this chrome material. So we add here the chrome material and add it. Good. That was that. The same we can do here at the back. There we need two materials. That is the main spaceship color for the outer part. And then we need this chrome. So we can get this parts here and give them a chrome material. So we have that. Good. Then first time we save. So then next part we have here this little guy here. We must apply his rotation scale, and yeah, he has a modifier on it. There's a mirror modifier. We apply them. Now we give them an apply because we changed some. This needs two things. I must look at the original. I think it was on red and main color. No, it was red and black. Okay, so make it red and black. So we look at the material of it and add a material. We look that we have a black here, we have a black, so we get that. And then we need an emitted red. So we take this emit red, red emit. Then we mark here our round part and take there this emitting part on. Good. These things come in the front and at the back of our spaceship. So we set the origin to the geometry. Bring it here in the back part of our ship and look at the original. And we see here they set 3 parts downward of the back part there. Okay, so we jump to it. That is this here, and it goes downward. So we rotate, set 90 degrees, and scale them down. Okay, can make it a little bit smaller, such like that. And then we can put an array on that. Before we do that, we'll also even make a copy of that. Then we put here an array on it. It shouldn't be in the X direction. It should be in this direction here, but in the minus. So we take here a -2. So we have that. We take a third one and give them a little bit more space, such like that. Delete that again, and all the two make a copy of that. And then we rotate it to position and bring it into our material. So we got that. The same we do on the other side. So we bring it to the position and bring it down, rotate it in the Y and bring it into material. Good. That are these parts. Then next part, we look what we see there. This front panel we haven't at the moment, I think. I will look at it. Then half of this window there. Yeah, that we haven't. We must build that, but I can only build that when the window is finished. And the window isn't finished at the moment, and it's a little bit tricky with that model. So we do that later. Good. Then we go to another part. We see here the vents, and in there is this. So we make a copy of that GOD. Then we take this material, we want to have it in this part here. So with GOD make a copy of that and make it a little smaller so that it fits better with that. And we can give them here more array space. So that means we can take here 5 and here 5, not here, but then there. Yeah, go back one time. Good. So we have that and bring it now into that space there and apply the modifier. So we apply it from back to top. So we have that. Now it is a mesh, but this mesh is too great, so we have to cut that. So we bring that in front of you. And it should be straight. So that means when we mark all scale y 0, it is straight. Now, we have to delete the face in there. So with X only face, we have only the outlines, and they we want to cut. So we first mark that and apply that before. Rotation scale, set the origin to geometry, then mark the other one, edit mode, mark all, and knife project. Now it should be cutted, and when we take that by the side, we see that we doesn't see anything. That is bad one, and that is because we don't apply this whole thing here. So we have to apply rotation scale of it and set the origin to the geometry. So now we try that again. I make first a little space there. So with background selection, word selection, I take this whole part here and that can be gone so or so. So we can delete that. X faces. Now we see what is left and can delete them by manual or try it again with the cutting. In this case, I will not try it again. So we make it manually. Good. Okay, X words. Then we got that. That is too much, like you see. So we try it once again. First that one, then This one must be applied before. Object, apply, rotation scale, set origin to geometry. First that, then edit mode, and knife project. Don't cut really, so we can cut that manually when we go knife from that point. Try it again. Knife from that point completely to that point and space to cut. Normally that should work, and it doesn't work. That is the fact that all one. Good. So we go another way. There are 1,000 ways to roam, and one will have a function there, I'm sure. Good. Then we make it by hand. Background selection, word selection. That we can delete. So X, that too. This one should, and that too. Good. Oh, it is cut. So we try that. Not complete. So we have to let that here stand, but that we can delete. And then we can delete that here, I think. No, the other one. That one. Good. And that we can close. Then we can bring it manually down. Bring it on to. Here we try the same. Here that we bring on this part there. That we have to close. That here we can bring on to this point and the other point too. Such like that. Then delete the rest. Good. So we have cut that off. That we don't need. That too. Good. That we only bring on position. Surely we can now try a Boolean or something else to do that all, but it is all risk. So we try it all by hand. It's much work, but who cares? So we delete what we don't need. So that we can delete, and you see there he cut it, but you don't cut it everywhere. But I think this array modifier that we used before was the problem, because we have here overlaying parts, and that makes the errors then later, and that's the problem on that. I have to close. Good, we go on here. Good, halfway good. That we can bring onto simply here. We haven't cut it, that is the problem here, I think. So we can try that from here to here. Cut. Now it should be work. Yeah, it works. Good. Then here from there to there and delete the words. Oh, now it functions. That is every time. And here it functions directly, or I must do it directly. That is Blender. You never know what you get. But okay, let's chill. Isn't that horrible? But I don't want to do that 1,000 times. Good. So we have now this vent thing, and that should be a black one. So we go here to material and give them a black, and it should have a thickness. So we extrude it to the back, and we got that. So we now bring it into, when we look from top, we can rotate it that it fits with that. And we have to re-bring that on. So we get that up behind. And that can be more into and a little bit to the side, I think. Such like that. Rotate a little. So we got that. Okay. Then there in the behind comes later a light and blue that emits light. And now we apply rotation scale here and set the origin to geometry on all D to make a copy of that. Bring it on position and get here mirror interactive and bring it down into and to front and look that it fits with the reference there. Here it must be deeper, so we have to go a little bit back that it is real in this other one. Good. That looks good. So file save. When we look from down under the ship, we go in this one here and look down under. There are two things to do. First, you see that here. That must be extruded to the back. So that means when we have solid mode here, that one should be extruded to the back and scale them together. But not as the top one, because it is that here in real. So we have that. And after that, there comes from here to here with no background selection. We mark that backline. That here. And bring them up. So extrude, bring them up, and bring them to the back. That is the real, yeah, the real look of our model. When you look at the original, you will see that fast. Good. We don't should make it too hard. So because of that, we go a little back in and we look that it fits with the rest. So go in here. Yep. We must rebuild our base mesh later a little, that we have a good function there. But for the moment, it's not so important, so we can use that in the moment. We go back with that. Okay. Then only this part here down and bring it on this part. Good. That will be changed all later. We also have that problem that we want to see these rips on the down part too. So that means we can go deeper here, and you see then it rise, but then we haven't there enough. So that means we have to scale Z to make it crater in Z direction and give them more leaning to the front, that it flows more with the ship, and maybe a little to the front, so that we have that. Okay, can be more inside. Good. Then we can delete that one. We make here an old copy of that and bring it to the right position with a mirror. So we got more this look. It isn't perfect at the moment, but we will make that perfect later. That needs to go up a little. As I said, we have to retweak the completely base mesh. So that can't be better in the moment. Good. So we got that. Then I will make this here in this part too. So we make Shift D, copy of that, scale them down, grabbing that can be enough. That is enough. So that we apply these modifiers from top to down. Apply, apply, apply. Good. Then we have to say apply the rotation scale again, set the origin to geometry, and now we need to cut that. So we bring it to our place where we will have it, front view. And now we try to cut off what we don't need. So that is unneed, so we delete that. And that we don't need, so delete that. And the rest is fine then. Good. That should be deep part 2. So we extrude that. Extrude and to the back. What he makes there. Good. And give them black material. So we got that. And we can give them modifier on solidify. Then we have that thickness there, but only a little. Then we go into We see here we have a little bit too much. So we go edit mode and delete this rest here with background selection, and that part here we don't need, so delete that. And a little here on the side I see, so we delete that too. Good. We have that, that is fine. So we can apply that, and we can apply here our rotation scale, set origin to geometry, Shift D, not, we take Alt D, so Alt D, and bring it here to the other side, take the mirror, interactive, and move it to the right position, and bring it into. Yes, good. We have done that all. That is good for today. I must get a new base mesh for our spaceship that we can make the frontier and the down part. That is my next step. So we see us in the next tutorial. See you. Bye.